Medical misinformation is everywhere. Dr. Mitch is here for straight talk and to give you the truth.
Hi, this will be part one of a part two series about physiologic mechanisms of stress-induced biochemical aberrations. Stress, whether it's acute or chronic, triggers a cascade of physiological responses mediated primarily by the hypothalamic pituitary axis, known as the HPA axis, and the sympathetic nervous system. That component is very important in the same. Now, these systems are designed for short-term survival, and when they're persistently activated, they will disrupt biochemical homeostasis and lead to disease states. Now, here's how this happens and can unfold. The HPA axis dysregulation and cortisol excess, psychological or physical stress stimulates the hypothalamus to release corticotropin-releasing hormone, CRH. That prompts the pituitary to secrete ACTH. This in turn drives the adrenal glands to produce cortisol, and cortisol mobilizes glucose and suppresses non-essential functions like digestion, immune response. Chronic elevation disrupts the feedback inhibition. Excess cortisol impairs insulin sensitivity, promotes hyperglycemic and visceral adiposity, while also it induces protein catabolism and bone reabsorption over time. This will contribute to metabolic syndrome, osteoporosis, and immune suppression. Sympathetic overactivation causes catecholamine surges, norepinephrine, epinephrine, heart rates faster, vasoconstriction, lipolysis, and reactive oxygen species that will damage mitochondrial membranes and DNA. It will also damage the endothelial lining and change the triglycerides and LDL cholesterol. You also will find that there will be a neurotransmitter imbalance. Chronic stress depletes serotonin and dopamine while it upregulates excitatory glutamate. This imbalance disrupts the hypothalamic regulation of appetite and sleep. It will exacerbate inflammation via the gut-brain axis. Now, elevated glutamate can also overstimulate neurons. It contributes to neurodegeneration, as seen in anxiety disorders or Alzheimer's. The inflammatory cascade from cortisol and catecholamines initially suppresses inflammation, but chronic stress paradoxically increases IL-6 tumor necrosis factor via the glucocorticoid resistance, and low-grade damage to the cardiovascular exhaustion of the beta cells will cause autoimmune or even neoplastic conditions. And there will be also telomere shortening through oxidative stress and inflammation that'll hasten also cellular senescence. It will alter methylation, and basically it will change apoptosis and decrease disease susceptibility. Basically, in summary, stress shifts the body from an adaptive response to a maladaptive space. Metabolism, lipids, immune function, cellular integrity will all be damaged. Left unchecked, hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular disorder, heart disease, and sort of functional disarray. Next time, we'll talk about some of the ways to demonstrate this from test perspectives.